Jews are so funny when they get mad.
I've got kosher strength, the will of Allah! I mean Yahweh! Yahweh! You will not force me to eat pork! Apologize!
I'll never make Ethan eat pork.
Subscribe to H3H3 Productions.
You gotta go to Idubbbz TV.
No! Silence!
Ahoy, mateys. Welcome back to another Captain Patriot video. I was right. Well, I mean, it wasn't exactly a hard thing to guess, but the Content Cop episode was on H3 Podcast, so here's a clip of me saying that in my last video. It's going to be someone who probably disagrees with you politically, or someone, maybe it's H3 Podcast, or maybe it's Asmongold, or, I mean, who knows? Who cares, right? Because, like, the person who is morally inferior to you, Idubbbz, is the person who deserves the hate and harassment, right? Like that seems to be where we're headed with this. Wow, I was right. Just like Asmongold. But with more hair. Just like Asmongold, but with more hair. I wanted to take a little bit more of a deep dive into the actual Content Cop and kind of dissect some of the things that Ian says in that video. Without further ado, let's watch some clips, and, you know, I'm going to add my thoughts at the end of each one, so let's get started.
Ethan was not prepared for this. Ethan, the whole time, is more of the goof guy.
Bruh, bruh, bruh. Bruh, bruh, bruh.
And that's fine, you know, we don't expect Ethan to be an expert on the topic.
We don't expect Ethan to be an expert on the topic, and yet somehow, some way, Hassan is. Hassan is supposed to be viewed as an expert on the topic.
He's saying they've all tried caught, including the captain of the ship that he went on. He's saying that the vibes are immaculate.
No.
But Ethan is not. Okay. Yeah. I mean, you know what? Whatever, dude. That's useless. You know why that's useless? Because fucking Big Chungus, okay, Big Chungus over here is married to someone who is literally in the IDF, so he has a pretty close relationship to someone who is very, very close to the conflict in Palestine and Israel, versus this doofus. He was born here in the United States of America and has absolutely zero experience with any sort of warfare at all.
He's just got done capturing a massive progressive audience who are very politically savvy.
Wait, no way Ian says that with a straight face. The left is extremely political savvy. I'm sorry, the side of the political spectrum who said there's no way that Trump could get elected a second term, the side that thinks Trump is literally a Nazi or literally Hitler reincarnate, this is the group of people you're pointing to and saying they're very politically savvy. What? People who follow Hassan, politically savvy? Dude, what are you on?
So this is something they're very keyed into. So when they see Ethan say things that are just like not accurate and it's just propaganda, they're gonna call it out.
From the river to the sea essentially means the state of Israel is going bye-bye.
Oh, my propaganda. Oh, however will I recover from the truth? Oh. Yo, Idubbbz is actually regarded. He's highly regarded among the leftists, dude. Of all the leftists, he is the most highly regarded. Okay. I just like one Google search is all it takes to reveal the truth. That's it. Wow. Replace Israel. That's some Jew propaganda right there. that is right there, Jew propaganda right there. That is not good. We gotta make a content cop video on this Jew. We gotta get rid of this Jew immediately. We must replace Israel with my new kind of propaganda.
Jews are so funny when they get mad.
Since Ethan and Hassan's falling out, I've been keeping to myself mostly. I don't have many nice things to say. Maybe if Ethan's able to get some help, maybe if he stops harassing other creators. I'm sorry to everyone that I made content cop videos on. I still don't like the majority of you, and that's fine, but I can recognize that you did not deserve the hate and harassment that I sent your way. Maybe if he does these things, eventually he'll find peace and we can rekindle our friendship.
Oh yes, he needs my love. He needs our help because we're the morally superior. He needs to open his heart to the butterflies and sunshine so that one day he can forgive himself for the evil atrocities and the propaganda he's been spewing everywhere. I'm sorry, but Idubbbz is just plain out, flat out. He's okay.
I've occasionally thrown a joke Ethan's way in the form of Hassan Piker versus Ethan Klein for boxing.
I like Idubbbz. He's a good guy, but I don't like this stupid. It's not a fucking petty beef. It's like this guy is evil and he's doing antisemitism. And also he's way out of my weight class.
He didn't like that, but fucking sometimes you gotta just throw something out there.
Sometimes you just gotta throw some anti-Semitism out there. This is totally different than my other content cop videos. only this time it's racial.
Now I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. We are friends with Denims, but I would say it's the same level of friendship that we had with Ethan and Hila. It's like kind of an internet friendship. We think that she's a good person like we think Ethan and Hila are good people.
I think it's embarrassing for Hila here to be like, this is so traumatic for the kids. You're trying to traumatize the children. It's like...
So basically, these people collectively got together and called CPS on Ethan and Hila's kids.
For context, this is the same person we had to deal with before.
$30K to anyone who'll make this dipshit disappear.
And now she's been on a generational run of hating against Ethan Klein during almost every single stream of hers, to the point they literally had Child Protective Services called on H3's family.
Hila did worse to Palestinian kids in the IDF. I mean, I'm sure she's thought about doing terrible things to people when she was in the IDF.
The reason why she's saying this is so she can dehumanize this woman that she's watching, like Ethan's wife, and then make her an acceptable target for bad treatment.
It's very, very, very dangerous when infants get the same sicknesses that adults get. A small infant that has no immune system shouldn't be catching anything. No wonder this motherfucker is always sick. Yeah, it all makes sense now. It all makes sense. It makes sense why he doesn't care about Palestinian children when he is neglecting his own. How is this happening? How is this happening? How is this happening?
Kind of a tricky situation. How can you possibly think that they're both good people at their core? People can have crash out moments. People can say things that they don't mean. People can say things because they want internet clout and attention. I think something that's very important to me in bringing back Content Cop is to be fair. I think that was something that was not illustrated in previous Content Cops that I think should have been and probably wouldn't have left me with so much regret. Ethan deserves all of the criticism that he's getting. I think it's very valid.
The criticism where he's getting CPS called on his children from the people that you platform on your video, on your Content Cop video, which you have said multiple times you were not going to do because of the harassment it caused. But the criticism, the quote-unquote criticism he's receiving is actually getting CPS called to his house and threats about, I'm mind blown that someone who used to make such high quality content and was extremely analytical and ripped people apart on good, valid points is now stooping to this level of saying that this is valid criticism, right? Like, the hypocrisy is insane.
But I also think at the end of the day, we should acknowledge that he's human because he is human. And he is in a situation that's making him extremely scared, paranoid, defensive, sensitive, and I'm sure other features and feelings. In the spirit of Kirk saying that it looks like Ethan could just use a hug, I have challenged some of his most powerful haters to put down the haterade and just say something nice and charitable about him, because I think he deserves it.
Or, you could have just defended him when people were sending threats to him and his family, calling CPS. You could have had a backbone and stood up and said something, but instead you want to send nice platitudes because that's somehow going to fix everything. Genuinely, the woke mind virus is, oh, well, if I say enough good words, if I say the nice words that are correct or whatever, then it fixes all the problems. It's like there's no actual action required. I just need to say some nice words. This content cop video was a joke. I honestly think that majority of the likes for that video were people who were just coming back and liked it as soon as they clicked on the video, because it's a content cop episode. Use your brain, think critically. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, drop a like and subscribe. Take care. Enjoy the rest of your day. Bye-bye.
Jews are so funny when they get mad.